Okay, so now that we've talked about opening statements, let's talk about what you do with your witnesses when they're on the stand. As I said before, the prosecution always goes first. So the prosecution calls their first witness, and they ask a certain kind of question of their witness. I want to show you an example of the prosecution and the prosecution's questions, and then what we'll do is we'll talk about what you see. So here is a trial. This is actually the trial I was talking about earlier, only this person calls him Curly Pig. So here we are with our opening statement, which you can read at your leisure, which we talked about earlier. So right here, the prosecution is called the wolf. Here is a line directly from the wolf. The attorney asks the wolf, "Please state your name. Where do you live? Do you have a kitchen? Do you recall your whereabouts on that morning? Now look at the length of the ears here. And did you climb down the chimney?" All of these things, all of these questions have a particular type, a particular question type. All right? And let's actually look at the types of questions so that you can see what we're talking about. All of those questions are direct questions. So what do you notice about direct questions? Take a second and what do you observe about what the attorney for the wolf asks the wolf and how the wolf responds? Pause the video and do that right now. Now, as the trial goes along, typically what happens after the wolf gets a chance to testify and the wolf side gets to testify, then they get to question witness. Now, this particular trial, that happened. However, I want you to imagine that the wolf is still on the stand. Okay? Imagine that with me. Now, when the wolf's on the stand, what would typically happen next is the attorney for the pig would start to ask the wolf questions. And the attorney for the pig would ask questions like this. "So, Mr. Wolf, isn't it true that you have tried to eat 2 of Curly Pig's brothers on an earlier occasion? Is this true, yes or no? Is it true that you had climbed up on the top of Curly Pig's house with the intent of going down the chimney to eat him? Isn't it true that you are actually known as the Big Bad Wolf in the fairy tale community?" Those are all called cross-examination questions, as opposed to direct examination questions. Pause the video, and if you have to, rewind it and listen to those questions again, and think about how the wolf would respond to those kinds of questions. Okay, so cross and direct. Let's look at the different types now specifically. I'll give you the answers. Direct questions are open-ended. The witness is the star. They're used when you are talking to your witness. So when the prosecution is calling prosecution witnesses and when the defense is calling defense witnesses. They're always the first type of question that's asked a witness. So as I had said earlier, the prosecution always goes first. So the prosecution will call 2 of their witnesses. For the first witness, they'll ask a bunch of really open-ended questions to let the witness be the star. And then it's cross-examination time from the other side. Cross-examination questions tend to be closed. They are asking for a yes or no kind of question, yes or no kind of answer from the witness. In this case, the lawyer is the star. The lawyer is laying out the argument about why it is that the witness is wrong about something. You always use cross-examination questions with your opponent's witness, so prosecution questions defense witnesses this way. And it's always the second type of question asked of a witness. So this is how it goes, all right? So I want you to imagine this with me. We have the prosecution opening statement. We have the defense opening statement. Prosecution calls their first witness, and they ask them open-ended questions where they can talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And then defense asks the questions, very pointed questions. And then the next round goes. Prosecution can call a second witness, ask open-ended questions, defense can cross-examine, and then it's the defense's turn to do the exact same thing, only with defense witness. And it's prosecution's turn to cross-examine. That's how questions go. Hopefully that helps. Talk to you later.